All right, so we're diving into digital marketing today, but with a bit of a twist, right? We're looking at it through the lens of AI.
Exactly. And it's funny, even I feel like I'm constantly playing catch up with how fast things are evolving, but that's what makes it so exciting?
Yeah, totally. And I think that's why we're calling this algorithm-agnostic marketing, right? It's like, how do we market
Yeah.
effectively when the rules are constantly changing?
Yeah. And I think a good place to start is by understanding how fundamentally different things are now compared to even just a few years ago. Like, think about how we used to find information.
We Google it.
Exactly. Google was the gatekeeper. Type in your question, click on a link, and there's your answer. But now things are different, right?
So, like, how are things different?
Hmm. Well, for one, there are these things called zero-click searches. Have you heard about these?
Zero click. I'm not sure.
So basically, it means you get the answer to your question right there on the search results page. You don't even have to click on a link. And then you have these AI tools like ChatGPT.
Yeah, I've heard of ChatGPT, but I don't really get what it does.
So ChatGPT can basically summarize the entire internet for you in a nice, neat little package. Like, you can ask it anything, and it will give you a pretty comprehensive answer.
And what about Perplexity? It seems like everyone's talking about Perplexity now.
Ah, Perplexity. That's a whole other level. It's like ChatGPT, but it actually cites its sources.
So it's not just like making stuff up.
No, no, it's pulling from real, credible sources and then synthesizing that information into a clear, direct answer. It's pretty amazing.
Okay, this is all super interesting, but I'm not quite seeing how it connects to marketing.
Well, think about it this way. If people aren't clicking on links as much anymore, how do you get your content in front of them?
Right, good question.
That's where this idea of algorithm-agnostic marketing comes in. It's not just about optimizing for Google anymore. It's about understanding how people find information in this new landscape.
So it's like we have to adapt to the way people are searching.
Exactly. It's about creating content that caters to those new ways of searching and consuming information.
So how do we do that? Where do we even begin?
Well, you know how the saying goes, content is king. But it's like content speaks a new language now. We have to think about conteúdo IA first.
Conteúdo IA first.
Conteúdo
Yeah.
IA first. Okay, you're going to have to break that down for me. Basically, it means creating content that AI can understand and use just as easily as humans can. AI can't pick up on nuances and humor the way we do.
So it's about being more direct.
Yes. Think clear, concise, and structured. Like, instead of a long, meandering blog post, imagine using bullet points, headings, those kinds of things.
Right, so it's not about dumbing down our content, it's about making it more efficient.
Precisely. And the cool thing is, by making your content AI-friendly, you're also making it more user-friendly for humans.
Okay, I'm getting that. But how does this AI-friendly content connect with algorithm-agnostic marketing? It seems like we're talking about two different things.
Well, if your content is clear, concise, and well-structured, it's naturally going to perform better across all platforms, not just Google.
Ah, I see. So by focusing on conteúdo IA first, we're kind of automatically doing algorithm-agnostic marketing.
Yes, because that type of content resonates no matter where it's published. It doesn't matter what algorithm is running things.
Okay, that actually makes me feel a lot better. I was starting to think I needed to learn a new set of tricks for every single platform.
Exactly. It's about those fundamentals. Good content is good content, and when you present it well, it's going to shine regardless of the platform.
This is already starting to make so much sense, but like, how do we actually put all this into practice? How do we move from theory to action?
Well, that's a great question, and it's something we're going to dive into in the next part of our deep dive. We'll look at some companies that are killing it in this multi-platform world and give you some practical steps you can take to start becoming an algorithm-agnostic marketer yourself.
Perfect. I'm looking forward to it. All right, so we've talked about the big picture, the changing landscape and all that, but now I think we need to get down to brass tacks. Like, how do we actually do this algorithm-agnostic marketing thing?
Yeah, let's get practical. Remember that bakery example we were talking about before?
The one who's trying to figure out all this AI stuff.
Exactly. Imagine you're that baker, right? And you're trying to, I don't know, get the word out about your amazing cakes.
Okay, I'm with you. But, like, where do I even start?
Well, first things first, you got to know your audience.
Right, but how do I do that in this crazy online world?
Think about it. Who's your ideal customer? What are they into? What are their, pain points?
Okay, so if I'm selling cakes, maybe my ideal customer is someone who loves sweets, throws lots of parties, that kind of thing.
Exactly. And then think about where those people hang out online. Are they on Instagram, TikTok,
Yeah.
maybe LinkedIn if you're doing more, like corporate catering.
Right. And I can also look at my own customer data,
Mm.
right? Like my website or whatever I use to track sales probably has some info on who's buying my stuff.
Data is your friend. The more you understand your audience, the better you can tailor your content.
Okay, let's say I figure out most of my customers are on Instagram. What kind of content should I be making for them?
Instagram is visual, right? So high quality photos of your cakes, maybe some behind the scenes stuff, make people drool.
Like make them want to eat the screen.
Exactly. You want them to be like, I need that cake in my life. And don't forget about stories. Those are great for quick updates, maybe a little tutorial on how to frost a cupcake or something.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
So it's about being engaging, not just posting a static picture.
Exactly. Now, let's say some of your customers are on LinkedIn, too. That's a totally different vibe.
Way different. I'm not going to post a cupcake frosting tutorial on LinkedIn.
No. LinkedIn is more about thought leadership. Maybe you write a post about the challenges of running a small business or share some tips on baking for big events.
All right, so position myself as an expert.
Exactly. Show that you know your stuff. Now, what about TikTok? That's a whole other beast.
Oh, man, TikTok. I don't even know where to begin with that.
TikTok is all about short, catchy videos. Think about it. Could you do a quick time lapse of you decorating a cake? Or maybe a fun little dance with your pastries,
I'm not sure about the dancing part, but I get it. It's about being creative and understanding the platform.
Exactly. It's like learning the language of each platform.
This is making me realize that I've been doing this all wrong. Like I was trying to make one piece of content and just blast it out everywhere.
Yeah, that's a common mistake. It's not a one-size-fits-all kind of thing.
So I need to be tailoring my content for each platform.
Think of it like this. You wouldn't wear a tuxedo to the beach, right?
Definitely not. Okay, so I'm getting the tailoring part, but honestly, this is all starting to feel a little overwhelming. Are there any tools that can help me manage all of this?
Oh, yeah, tons of tools. Like for social media management, there's Hootsuite and Buffer. Those can help you schedule your posts, track your performance, all that good stuff.
So I don't have to be on all these platforms like 24/7.
Nope. These tools will do a lot of the heavy lifting for you.
Awesome. What about design? I'm a great baker, but not a graphic designer.
Well, for that, you have Canva, Adobe Spark, those kinds of things. They make it super easy to create professional-looking visuals, even if you're not a designer.
Okay, so even a small business owner like me can create decent content without breaking the bank.
Exactly. There's no excuse for not putting yourself out there.
This is all starting to feel a lot more manageable, but how do I know if any of this is actually working?
Analytics, my friend. You got to track your results.
Right, so website traffic, social media engagement, those kinds of things.
Yes. And ultimately, are you seeing an increase in sales? Are people booking more cakes because of your awesome online presence?
Data tells the story. Okay, this is all starting to click. It's not about chasing algorithms. It's about building genuine connections and using data to figure out what works.
Now you're getting it.
Okay, before we move on, any other practical tips I should keep in mind?
Consistency is key. You can't just post once and expect everyone to flock to your bakery.
Right. You got to keep at it.
And don't be afraid to experiment. Try different types of content, see what your audience responds to.
Okay, experiment, be consistent, and track everything. Got it. Anything else?
I think we've covered a lot of ground. Understand your audience, tailor your content, be consistent, track your results, and don't be afraid to try new things.
All right, folks, stick with us. We've got one more part to this deep dive. We're going to talk about the super cool world of AI-powered marketing tools. All right, so we've covered a lot of ground already, understanding this new landscape, crafting content that works for both humans and AI, right? But now, let's get to the really fun part. AI-powered marketing tools. I'm kind of geeking out about this. What can you tell me?
Well, get ready, because we're talking about tools that can help you with everything from generating content ideas to writing blog posts to even crafting entire email sequences.
Whoa, hold on. AI can actually write marketing content now. That's kind of scary, to be honest.
Yeah.
A robot's going to take my job.
No, don't worry about that. Think of these AI writing assistants as your super-powered brainstorming buddies. They can help you get over writer's block, maybe explore some new angles you hadn't thought of.
Okay, so more like a helpful sidekick than a replacement.
Exactly. You're still the one in charge. You're setting the strategy. But the AI can help you get those creative juices flowing.
So, how does this work in practice?
Well, imagine you feed an AI tool some basic information about your bakery, like what you specialize in, who your target audience is, that kind of thing. And then boom, it can spit out all sorts of content ideas, for blog posts, social media captions, maybe even a newsletter.
So instead of me staring at a blank screen for hours, the AI can give me a jump start.
Exactly. And some of these tools can even analyze your existing content and suggest ways to improve it. Like, hey, maybe try repurposing this blog post into a series of tweets or something.
That would be amazing. What other kinds of AI marketing tools are out there?
Well, on the social media front, there are platforms that go way beyond just scheduling your posts. They can actually analyze your audience data and tell you the best time to post, suggest relevant hashtags, all that stuff.
So it's like having a personal social media manager, but without having to, like, pay a real person.
Exactly. They take out the guesswork.
Yeah.
And then there are chatbots.
Yeah, I've seen those little chat boxes on websites. Sometimes they're helpful, sometimes they're not.
Well, the AI-powered chatbots are getting seriously smart these days. They can answer common questions, help people navigate your website, even qualify leads.
Wait, so I could have a chatbot on my bakery website that's, like, taking orders while I sleep.
Absolutely. They can handle those routine tasks, and free you up to focus on the big picture.
Okay, I'm starting to feel like AI is my new best friend. But seriously, where can I find all these cool tools?
There are tons of options out there and new ones popping up all the time. You've got HubSpot. They have a whole suite of AI-powered marketing tools. And then there are companies like Copy.ai and Jasper. They specialize in AI content generation.
Okay, I'm taking notes.
Yeah.
But before I go down the rabbit hole of AI tools, what are some things I should keep in mind?
Good question. First of all, do your research. Not all AI tools are created equal. Some might be a better fit for your specific needs than others.
Right, like I wouldn't buy a fancy oven that can't actually bake a cake, right?
Exactly. And just as important, remember that AI is a tool. It's not like a magic solution. You still need your human brain power, your creativity to make it all work.
So it's like I might have a super smart apprentice now, but I'm still the master baker, right?
Exactly. The AI can help you out, but you're the one calling the shots.
That's a good way to put it. This whole conversation has been really eye-opening. But I have to admit, I'm a little nervous about the future of marketing in this, like, AI-driven world.
Yeah.
What do you think is going to happen?
Well, if I had a crystal ball, I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you. Right. But I think we're going to see a lot more personalization, really tailoring marketing messages to individual customers. And then things like virtual reality and augmented reality, those are going to become more and more important for creating immersive experiences.
So even more tailored content, more interactive experiences. It's kind of mind-blowing.
It is. But remember, at the heart of it all, marketing is still about human connection.
Yeah, you're right.
AI can help us do that better, but it's still about connecting with people on a human level.
Well said. I think that's a great place to wrap things up. We've covered a ton of ground today, from the changing landscape to the power of algorithm-agnostic marketing to all those cool AI tools.
It's been a fun deep dive.
It really has. And to everyone listening, remember, the future of marketing is in your hands. Stay curious, stay adaptable, and never stop learning. Who knows what incredible things we'll be able to do with AI in the years to come. It's going to be an exciting ride.